Welcome back everybody to my third episode of my Dwarf Fortress tutorial. I am DJ Fogey, and if you haven't seen the last two episodes, I advise you to go back and check them out. I do share some important information on a number of topics, and in this episode we are actually going to embark and start the game proper. First off, let me go ahead and explain what I have done since the last episode. I have assigned all of my dwarves all the necessary skills that I would need to start the game off the right way. These first two guys are both proficient miners. 5 levels is all you can put into any one skill at the beginning, so I always raise up every skill that I use pretty much to proficient, except for a couple of things here and there. You're always going to need miners. They're very important to have because you're going to be mining into the ground, and I always take 2 of them with me just so my mining can get done faster. I also made him a proficient building designer, which means that he's going to be the one to help build some of the more complex buildings that otherwise would not be able to be built. The second guy down, all he is a proficient miner. That's all he's going to be doing. That's all I need him to be doing. The third guy is my woodcutter. Now he's not going to be cutting wood constantly. So what I did with him is I also made him an herbalist. So while he's outside chopping down trees, he can gather up plants and seeds and things like that that I can use to feed my dwarves. The fourth guy down, I made him my carpenter, and I'm going to leave him as only a carpenter. That way he can keep on making stuff like beds and barrels and bins that I can store food and items in, and drinks, of course. This next guy, I made him a proficient mason. He's going to be in charge of building our stone items like tables and thrones and chairs and also a number of other things. He's going to be building walls, all kinds of things. So he's pretty important, and he's going to be working a lot. So he's only going to be a mason. Next guy down, I made him a farmer, basically. In this game they call him grower, but I made him a proficient grower as well as a proficient brewer. And the reason I did that is farming is not going to take up all of his time, but so because of that I can assign him a second job as a brewer, so he's also going to be brewing all of our drinks, all of our alcohol that our dwarves will demand, or they will be unhappy. So he's a proficient brewer and a proficient grower. This last guy is kind of special. He is going to be, let me scroll down to him, our doctor. You can see novice wound dresser, novice diagnostician, novice surgeon, bone doctor, and suturer. Now these are all medical skills. He's going to be taking care of any of our injured dwarves. And also, he is an adequate leader, so he's going to be our expedition leader, so he can organize everything, as well as our appraiser. An appraiser is truly important because he's going to be your broker, in charge of getting good prices and things like that for items you buy and sell from any trade caravans that happen to come along and visit your fortress. Now, that's all my dwarves. I'm going to hit tab right down here. You can see tab items. I'm going to hit tab to check out my all the starting items that I'm taking with me. Now I have adjusted quite a few things in here, and you will see. First off, I'm only taking one woodcutter, and our woodcutter is going to be using a battle axe to chop down trees, so you don't need to take 2 of them, which the game will start you out with. I have an iron anvil. It only costs 100 points. I know it seems like a lot of points that you could use in elsewhere, but an anvil is pretty hard to get. So my advice to you is take an anvil. If you're feeling daring and you think you'll be able to survive without it, go ahead and don't take your anvil. my advice is always keep it. Right here we have our wine, our ale. These are two of the types of alcohol that I'm taking with me. This was 40 wine, but I brought that down to 20. The reason for that is I decided I was going to take some rum and beer with me as well. That way I have a diversity of alcohol to help keep my dwarves happy. Also, I raised my plump helmet spawns. What that means is these are like seeds for mushrooms, basically. And I raised that up to 31 so that I wouldn't run out of seeds in the beginning, and I'd be able to keep growing them and make more mushrooms that I can feed my dwarves with. I also raised a couple of these other seeds up. I lowered a couple of these. I didn't need 5 thread or 5 cloth or 5 bags or 5 ropes. So I lowered these down to appropriate numbers, or buckets, splints, and crutches. So I lowered these numbers down just for the extra points to put elsewhere. One of the other things, if I hit the right arrow key, I can get over to this list of animals that you can also take with you. I am taking 1 male and 1 female cat. The reason for the cats is the cats will hunt down and take care of little vermin like rats and mice and things like that like to get into your food or steal items or things like that. So these guys are pretty useful, and taking 1 male and 1 female means that they will breed, and I will end up having more than just a couple. Also, I'm taking a couple of war dogs, 1 male and 1 female. War dogs mainly because right off at the beginning I'm not going to have a military, so I can use my war dogs to protect my dwarves and my fortress. And the reason I'm taking war dogs and not just dogs is war dogs are already trained in that area. Plus, they will breed and give me more dogs, which I can then train into different types of dogs, like a hunting dog or something like that. Or if I get really desperate and run out of food, I can literally slaughter these animals for meat. I know it seems morbid, but if you're starving, you're willing to eat anything, and cat and dog is just as good of a meat as any other meat. So, yeah. Your dwarves, if they're starving, you have the animals available to feed them. Anyways, that's all the explanation for embarking that you need. Just make sure you pick a good spot with the available resources, and you adjust your items and your dwarves according to what you will need. This is just a baseline. You're more than welcome to experiment and try other things as well. So, now I'm going to hit E for embark, and we will set off on our journey across the land. You will see a little flavor text, and it will, sometimes it does look like it's not responding, like I said before, but just let it go, and it will eventually catch up and start doing what it needs to, basically. Alright, and here it says, you have arrived after a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond. Your harsh trek is finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Ebantalon. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance, whether by bolt, plow, or hook. Provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is spring now, enough time to delve secure lodgings ere the wolves get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place. Furlagem Beast Paint. Strike the earth. It's just a little bit of flavor text to get you in the mood for what you're about to encounter. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. And here is the game screen. You're going to have 3 different screens at the start of your game. And what this screen is just a map of your embark area. You can see all kinds of different features and things from this screen. This screen is going to be important to you as a new player. This is everything that you're going to be doing in the game and how you control the game. So keep this screen on your screen all the times. Keep this window. And this is probably one of the more, actually the most important screen, is the actual screen you're going to be playing from. and I will explain this as well. Now I'm going to hit tab to get rid of this map. I don't really need it, and then hit tab again to make my command screen a little smaller so that I can make this bigger. Now what are you looking at here? Right now you can look around the map and see a bunch of different stuff. You may not understand everything, but let me explain a couple of things. First off, these arrows, down arrows, are indicating a slope in the terrain. And you can go up and down in height levels by using shift and your greater than and lower than brackets. That's your period and comma keys on the keyboard. So if I hit shift and lower than, I can, or greater than symbol, I can go down one level. And this will show me the terrain below where I started right here. What are you looking at here? These are trees and plants and bushes and rocks on the screen right now. And also it's showing you the green, the dirt, the grass. This little thing right here is water. It's a pool of water, as you can see, and it goes down. You can hit the K key if you use the K. K is listed right here somewhere. Where's K? Where's K? Right there. Look around. You can hit the K key. You'll get this little cursor. If you look right here, it says Inside Dark Subterranean. That means all of this black area is area that I have not explored yet. So I don't know what's there. I need to dig down into that soil to be able to find out what it is. This orange wall here, this orange peachish pink wall, I can look at it and it says damp sandy clay wall. This is a sandy clay wall, and I can mine this out, but this right here is water. And if you highlight it, you can see water 7-7. That is its depth. It's 7 units deep, basically. And your dwarves can drown, so be careful about sending your dwarves near this. And also, water is used for underground farming, which I will explain in another episode. But anyways, let me go ahead and go over here. If you look at these slopes that I was talking about, let me go back up one level. You'll see the down triangle indicates a downward slope. If I go down one level, they change into an upward triangle, which indicates an upward slope. And these walls you can mine into, and I'm about to show you that. But first, we need to set up our initial goods, basically. And I'm going to do that right now. If you look up here, you'll see D, designations. You hit the D key on your keyboard, and it'll take you into this screen. And in this screen you can do a number of things, but right now we're worried about getting wood so that we can build beds and things like that. So I'm going to hit T for chop down trees. Hit the T key on your keyboard. You'll get this little icon, or this cursor, and what you can do with that is you can put it over a tree, hit enter twice, and it will designate that tree to be chopped down. Or you can select a corner, hit enter, and move the cursor with your arrows, and hit enter again on another corner, and it will select an area of trees to be chopped down so that you can get wood. Then after you're done designating your trees to be cut down, they need somewhere to put that wood. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you stockpiles. Stockpiles, if you look right here, if you hit the P key on your keyboard, you'll go into stockpiles. And stockpiles, you have a number of different things that you can put as stockpiles. Right now I want wood, W for wood. So I'm going to hit that, and I'm going to assign an area for wood stockpile. Now my dwarves, if I escape out of this, hit resume, one of my dwarves will come down here and start chopping down trees. You can see that tree right there is blinking. Once it's chopped down, some more of my dwarves will come along and grab the pile of wood and take it and set it in the stockpile here. Anyways, I am running out of time, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and end this. In the next episode, we'll explain digging into the mountain and creating tunnels and things like that. So, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.